I'm John Sanchez. I'm going to talk to you today about a simple principle that I try to stick to. I don't always, but I definitely try to stick to it. It's a simple acronym. I learned this from Anthony Robbins many, many years ago. It's a phrase and an acronym he calls CANEI. It's CANEI. And what it stands for very simply is constant and never ending improvement. It's just based on a real simple concept. It's science, really. Every living organism is either growing or it's dying. So if we are not constantly feeding our mind and doing things to constantly try to grow and improve ourselves, we're going to fall into decay or a slow process of dying. And for some people, maybe not such a slow process. The older we get, the less we stick to that principle, the less we continue to do things to improve ourselves, to stay active both physically and mentally. The rate at which we start dying speeds up. And if you don't believe me, just think about anybody that you know who is, whatever your idea of old is, think about someone that's old that's relatively sedentary, both physically and or mentally. And then think about how they look and act and seem to feel, at least from your perception, or maybe even based on what they have told you. I know from the older people that are in my life, I see it all the time. The more sedentary they are, the more they tend to have physical problems. The more that decay starts to become more obvious. The less they use their minds, or the less different ways they use their minds, the more I can see that decay in everyday conversations, in their memory, in their general cognitive abilities, in their reasoning. So whatever the things are that you want to be good at, or that you want to keep it as an important part of your life, you need to be constantly working on improving them, because there will come a time in your life where even your effort to constantly improve is just going to keep you kind of even. But if you don't put forth that effort to keep improving, you're going to start to slide. And it's just the nature of things. It's the nature of living beings. It's not something that I spend a lot of time ruminating about or worrying about, because there's nothing I can do about that part of it, but I can do something about constantly trying to improve. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.